Hello there and welcome back to another deep dive into the world of physical game preservation. Today we're taking a close look at one of the more talked about releases in recent memory, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions of the game earned an infamous but well-deserved reputation for only including the opening mission on the disc, with the rest of the massive adventure locked behind mandatory downloads. In this video, we'll be thoroughly exploring the last generation PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, which were released as a 2-disc physical edition. The big question on everyone's mind is, how do these new disc builds stack up when compared to the disappointing current-gen releases? Will it prove to be a new hope for physical collectors, or has the Empire struck back once again? Let's find out. Star Wars Jedi Survivor's PlayStation 4 and Xbox One build is something of a rogue one in its own right. A bit of a mixed bag with plenty of admirable qualities alongside some noticeable flaws. We'll start with the PlayStation 4 version and the good news. This is where the fun begins. We can confirm that the full game is here and the experience is spread across 2 discs. Once installed, you can play the entire campaign from start to finish completely offline, with zero need for any additional downloads. It's a surprise for sure, but a welcome one. Even better, the PlayStation 4 version is current-gen aware. When played on a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro, the game automatically takes advantage of the more powerful hardware and runs it at a smooth 60 frames per second. In addition, it also caps the resolution at its highest dynamic range of the PlayStation 4 Pro version, resulting in an image somewhat close to the PlayStation 5's performance mode, albeit with a few sacrifices in visual settings and audio quality here and there. Now the bad news. Unfortunately, this disc build isn't without its imperfections. Our testing team encountered several minor graphical issues that persist in this version. These include animations occasionally skipping frames on characters close to the camera, cloth physics not updating at the correct frame rate and sometimes clipping through characters or objects. You can also observe the map flickering occasionally, and some minor object pop-in or flickering in the environment. While none of these problems typically break gameplay, they can be visually distracting. Loading times are also noticeably longer in some areas compared to the current gen version. The worst example is in Pylon Saloon, where you can find yourself standing outside the door for a few extra seconds while the game loads the interior. Again, not game-breaking, but it is a clear step down from the near seamless loading of the native PS5 build. On the audio side, the presentation feels somewhat compromised. Due to what appears to be inconsistent audio compression, some sound effects and voice lines come through noticeably more compressed and lower quality than others, creating an uneven listening experience. Additionally, one of our testers reported occasional crashes and stuttering issues during their gameplay. As for the Xbox One version, in most regards, it's an attack of the clones. It is also printed on 2 discs and playable from start to finish without any downloads required. And while it suffers from the same graphical and audio issues as the PlayStation 4 release, we can confirm that it is also current-gen aware and runs at 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series X console. Additionally, it appears to look slightly sharper and has less jagged edges due to running at the Xbox One X's higher resolution. If you want the best looking physical version of the game, this is the way to go. So, to wrap things up, while it is genuinely fantastic that we have a complete, proper physical Star Wars Jedi Survivor release on last-gen consoles, the combination of lingering graphical hiccups, audio compression problems, downgraded visuals in certain areas, and extra loading times does place a few blemishes on what could have been an outstanding package. Despite these shortcomings, this 2-disc PlayStation 4 and Xbox One edition still stands as a very solid way to experience the return of the Jedi Cal Kestis. In our opinion, these releases will make a fine addition to your collection. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on our future content. You can also support us by donating to our Patreon or Ko-fi using the links below. We'd also like to give a big shout out to our supporters for joining us. That's all for today. See you in the next video, and may the Force be with you.